Hey, good morning. Welcome to a 100-day challenge. I have no idea how many days I'm in. I need to figure that out, but I know it's over 30. And today it's Saturday, July 27th, 2024, and we are live. I want to talk about balance today. Today, we're going to talk about how you balance your day, your life, your world. And I know for me, I find myself sitting in Vegas most of the time. And then all of a sudden, I'm behind cameras somewhere in Chicago or LA or something like that. And then the next thing I turn around, I'm on somebody's stage. So it's really hard for me to balance, but I have grandkids, so my kids take care of their kids, and I get to see my grandkids from time to time. My buddy today is coming up. She's learned how to master balancing a successful business, international business, travel, and family. Janice, you're out there.
Hi, T, how are you? I'm here.
How are you?
I'm so glad to be here.
I'm so glad to have you here. And you're not even in this country right now. Where are you?
I am in Dubai.
You're in Dubai. So it's like the middle of the night over there. It's like 8 o'clock or something.
It's dark.
It's dark. It's dark.
Dark.
How often do
Very
you
hot.
just get up and go internationally every
You
year?
know, it's come to a point where sometimes I wake up, I don't know what time zone I'm in. And then where, where in the world am I? And when I call myself and say, hey, where are you? To have a time check and a location check. Sometimes, it's confusing because my calendar, even, how we keep our iCals on our phones, right?
Hmm.
And it gets so confusing because the times are so garbled, so it looks like I have two things going on at the same time, but all it is just because it's confused of two different time zones.
Now, I can help you with that. I can help you with that
Mm.
because I've been through that. You have an iPhone?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so when you get to your new destination, your new time zone, get to the hotel, turn your phone completely off, plug it into power, and turn it
Mm.
back on, and it'll reset all your meetings to the right time zone.
Great. Okay, that's a good tip.
Now that
Wonder
we
how I
covered
haven't
that, we
figured
can
that
go.
out.
I,
Wonder how I haven't
I'm a
figured that out
techie.
in so long.
I'm a techie. You're very successful in real estate. You're based in
I would
California.
like to say so myself.
Yeah. So you could just be
It's
doing
been
that.
20 years, so
But you could
let's
be
say
just doing
something.
that. Why are you internationally traveling? What made you decide to do business in Dubai?
You know what? Sometimes opportunity knocks, and it's something that speaks to you. It's up in your alley, and everything is just turning up in this right place. And so when you have this feeling, plus you're educated, guess I believe I could say that, or that's your intuition because you've been in the industry for such a long time, so you have a knack for or a gut feeling on what would work and what definitely would you'd like to stay away from. So when the opportunity knocked and spoke to my partners and they said that it seems like a good idea. It's actually in healthcare, and I'm a nurse. I hold a nursing degree, and I'm an RN for a long time. And so when the opportunity came, I said, well, let's do that. And one other thing I would want to do is in Dubai, the Filipino community is known for its industry, and it's a huge percentage of the workforce here. But
Mm,
there's a small percentage of the Filipino people being in the corporate and in the executive arena. And so I would like to, hold up our Philippine flag and say, hey, we can be CEOs and business owners as well too, not just the workforce. So I want to be to represent my people. So I guess that's intrinsic within me. I want to carry that wherever I go. And if how the saying goes, if you make it there, I'll make it anywhere. So I've made it
right.
in California. made it in Las Vegas, and so we will make it in July.
How important is it to have a great family support team to be able
Oh,
to do
it's a
what you do?
hundred. I'll say no. It's 1,000% important. My family's been behind me since birth, actually. Specifically my mom. I think you've met her before. She is my wind beneath my wing. She's always been supportive. She does everything she can. She's my mirror, and whether it's good criticism or if it's a constructive criticism, she'll do that for me. And the best thing is that I'm able to leave my children in the best hands there is if I have to travel. I have the need to travel, if I have a need to ask for guidance, and and I know that my kids are spoiled rotten with her. And then my stepdad and my sister, they're my backbone, and being able to do what I'm doing right now. Family and friends as well too. So whenever you know you have the support, it seems like you can do anything. I don't know how the other people can do it, traveling and working so far away from home,
Right.
and they have a family, and they don't have that big of a support. Because I don't think I'll be able to do it without that. It's
You know,
imperative.
my grandsons have an attitude when I can't make something that's right down the road. How are your kids balancing? No, I can't be at your play this week. I'm in Dubai. How do you handle that?
Um, it's like I was telling somebody earlier because there was a topic that came up, and I said it's like 360 degrees because during the time when I was growing up, my parents worked in Saudi Arabia, so I was also left by myself in the Philippines growing up with friends and family support,
Mm,
and so I know the firsthand. Um, experience on how it is to be the one left behind and now the one who's leaving somebody behind. So when you have the perspective of those two, you're able to understand where each one is coming from. I
right.
know how hard it was for my mom, but because I had really good family support, being by myself in the Philippines, I have aunts, I have wonderful set of best friends. Is that I'm never alone. I'm never lonely. I'm never homesick. I'm
Right.
never, although I miss my mom and dad dearly, it was not that hard because you have all those support systems. So now I know that every time I leave out of the country, I know exactly that where or how my kids feel. My other one is old. She's not old, but she's a mature adult now. She lives in Las Vegas. She's there with you, see? She is now a paramedic. And so I know that I raised her well. She is a very well-rounded individual. And so she can handle, whatever
Right.
it is that the world can bring to her. Now my son is 12. So it was around the time, that I was also by myself in the Philippines. So with my mom, and my dad and my sister and, all the families and friends that are there, I know that he is well taken care of and his needs are being attended. Of course, now there's Messenger, there's FaceTime, there's WhatsApp. That was not around at that time, when I was growing up. So it was letters and postcards. And do you remember telexes? Those,
Uh-huh.
those telegrams that you have to go to the places and, they'll print it out for you in those
Yeah,
dot matrix
totally. They have no
printers.
idea what that is.
Oh, yes, see, I'm aging myself now,
When
but
I was stationed in the Philippines way back when in the 80s, I stood in line for an hour to get to a phone for a 5-minute call to call home. You know,
right,
that's the way
you're
it
right.
used to be. So
We didn't
now it's
have these
amazing.
technologies. It is amazing. And now you can FaceTime. And so, the distance between, if you're a world apart is you don't even feel it as much anymore. I mean, he calls me for most of the time it's for something that he needs, and it's for his game, like mom, can I have another app, stuff like that. And it's funny because it seems like you're just there. It's no longer like you only reach out to your family or loved ones for something important or some bad news or the birthdays and occasions. Now you can do it at any point in time. You just
Right.
have to make sure they're awake at the because of the time difference.
I have to
But
give you credit. I really have to give you credit because you truly believe in quality of time. It's
oh
when
yes.
you're with your family, you're with your family. It's like business is over there. Leave me alone. This is family time. So you
Mhm.
give quality of time. And there's a lot of times that like my parents, they worked regular jobs, but they were working overtime. And when they were home, they were sleeping. And we never really had, except in summer, we go fishing all the time, that quality of time where you were just, they were exclusive to me. Sometimes
No,
being in the
see,
house is not just enough. You got to have that
yeah,
time too.
it's learned. It didn't come naturally to me. It's learned because during the time that my daughter was growing up, I worked three jobs, night shifts, and all that, and so um, I only have so much time that I'm off or we can do something together. So it's really important, that you spend time with them whenever you have a chance. And you turn around and they're adults, so
I know. I
time goes
totally get
by
it.
so fast.
They're not
And
only
so,
adults, but you become a grandparent. I'm warning you ahead of time.
oh my God, I'm not ready for that.
You're not ready. I knew you weren't ready for that. Now, before I let you get out here, we got to talk about your coaching business. How are you doing
Hmm.
coaching? You have coaching clients. How are you doing that? And you're traveling all over the world.
Again, once again, I had heads, heads up to technology, right? You can do anything, most everything, even if you are far away or far away in the distance, as long as there's Wi-Fi, there's good internet, So now, those things can be done, through these portals, such as this one, or Zoom, or your individual platforms that you use to do these things. And so um, I really, really admire how the technology has brought the world together. So it
Right.
doesn't matter. I mean, your clients could be in Philippines, Asia, or in Europe, and so it doesn't really matter now, where you are in the world. It's changed so much since you and I are growing up, and distance was so difficult, but now it's just like, look at me, you're in you're in Vegas and I'm here, and we're just talking just like we're next to each other. So it's the
It's
same
so
thing
funny you
with
say
the
that
business.
because when we go to events, one of the first things we all end up saying is, "Oh my goodness, this is what you look like standing up." Because we see everybody on Zoom and StreamYard and the internet somewhere, and then you're standing next to them, you almost want to touch them to say, "Are you really here?"
Yeah,
Because you haven't been with them at all for years. I've met people for the first time after talking to them for years since COVID. And it just it blows my mind. And we go right back to Zoom and it's like regular business, whereas before
it,
COVID, it was weird to do stuff on the computer. It's like, what do you mean we're not meeting in person? Now it's
it's
like, what do you mean we
amazing.
need to travel?
Yeah.
I'm coming there.
It's a way of life now, right? See, it's a way of life. I mean, before COVID, it wasn't like this. I mean, it existed, but it was not used to its full capacity. So
Right.
now that, yeah, post COVID, everybody now that has a access to a phone and a laptop and a Wi-Fi can speak to almost anyone anywhere in the world. So that's,
Absolutely.
it's a blessing.
I know you're at like, I don't know, middle of the night somewhere, almost 8:30 or something like that, 8 o'clock in the morning or 8 o'clock at night. But I gotta ask you, what is breakthrough coaching? What does that mean to you? And who is your coaching clients?
So what that means is a lot of the people that I've helped is that they were like me. Once in their life or possibly several times like myself, they are stuck. They couldn't get through some walls that sometimes they built themselves, or the the problems that happened to them, or some trauma, or just the situation that they're in, and they don't think that they can get past through to make a life out of themselves, or they have been wanting to start a business for a long time, but they don't know where to start. And so, for someone like me who has been through so much in life, I feel like I've been through several lifetimes and so much experiences that people could use that into their advantage. And they don't have to make the same mistakes I did from years back. I can help them see through what the blindfolds that they have in front of them, and perhaps guide them through, because I personally have say 9 or 10 different companies that I run. And so I think that I can also guide them in starting and maintaining and creating business resiliency. And number one thing is believing in themselves that they can get through whatever it is that is in their way of their success at the moment. That's breakthrough.
You are a friend. You are a buddy. Next time you're in Vegas to visit your daughter in your office here, call me. Let's go and sit down like we did before and just,
Oh yeah, that
break
meal
some
was
bread and talk.
unforgettable.
Let's
I
break some
still
bread and
remember
talk.
the huge meal that we we
Yeah,
had
we ordered a
here.
little bit of everything. It was
Mm.
almost scary, but that's okay. It was great. A little bit of this, a
Sometimes
little a
we,
little bit of
some,
that.
yeah, sometimes we have to indulge, right?
I want to thank you for taking out time to hang out with me. I mean, you're all the way in Dubai, and you could have easily said, "Hey, I'll catch you when I get back to America." But I asked you, and you said, "Absolutely, I'll be right there." And you've always been that way. And I hope to see you in person so I can reach out and go, "Hey, you're really here." Really soon. But until I see you, my friend, take care of yourself over there. And if you need us, we're always here. You're the absolute best.
Thanks, you're the best. Thank you. I'll see you soon.
All righty. Have a great night. Hey, everybody. I hope you enjoyed that episode. If you want to get in touch with Janice, just go to tigodirect.com, type in her name, type in breakthrough. You will find her. Reach out to her, send her a message. It costs you nothing, it costs her nothing. Tigodirect.com is there to keep the community connected. Yeah, this was fun. For a Saturday morning, I had a blast. I can't wait till she comes back to Vegas and we can hang out. But until then, I'm Tigo. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Have a great day.